Welcome back to another edition of the Sports Block. We are here today to bring you the Athens Drive and Middle Creek game today. How are you doing, Adam?
I'm doing good. How about you, Vincent?
I'm doing great. It's another night. We get a chance to see a good game of football here. Both teams, one coming off a win, one coming off an incredible loss last week, going up against Fuquay, that being Athens Drive.
Yeah, Athens Drive last week. They were in first quarter. They were at least down 14-0 at the end of the first quarter, and all of a sudden in the second quarter they scored 29 points to come back and make the game with Fuquay competitive. But they ended up ultimately losing 57-43.
So when you hear Athens Drive, what do you think of?
I just think of I kind of almost think of Middle Creek too, just because they get a lot of the same kids from the same area.
We talk about Athens Drive. Most times when you see Athens Drive on your schedule, you're looking at it like, that's just the easy game. We're going to pass by them. But Fuquay last week, it showed that Athens put up a lot of fight. Even though they lost by 14, they put up a big fight against them.
Yeah, that just shows that the defense needs to be on their top game. That Athens can score in bunches, so the defense needs to they need to stay on their game.
Yes, they do, because Athens Drive is coming here with a two-headed monster in Brandon Ray and Isaiah Henderson. So they're going to have to be looking out on that rush defense tonight.
Yeah, and then the secondary needs to be on alert for McNeil, who had 192 yards and 2 touchdowns last week.
So we're getting ready. Now, Middle Creek last week went up against Panther Creek. Panther Creek didn't show much fight. They put up a couple points last week, and it was late in the game.
It was in garbage time, as it's commonly used in on ESPN and stuff.
So we're here. We're getting ready for the city's Mustangs, getting ready to hit the field.
So what do you think the keys for Middle Creek to win this game? What are the keys for Middle Creek?
Middle Creek to win this, Dominic Schaffner. He is the X factor for the Middle Creek offense, and that defense, they're going to have to stop that run game of Athens Drive, what they're bringing in here tonight.
Definitely. That's almost similar to the key for Athens Drive. They need to make Middle Creek one-dimensional, because Middle Creek's hard to beat no matter what, but your best chance is when they're one-dimensional. You need to make it either you need to keep it so they can only run the ball or only pass the ball, make it one-dimensional.
And speaking of Schaffner, Schaffner's coming in here with 683 yards on the season and 6 passing touchdowns. Not adding to that, 6 touchdowns on the ground.
Yeah, that just shows that you might think Schaffner's whether you think Schaffner's a more of a running quarterback or a passing quarterback, it just shows that he's both. He can be both. So you have to account. So when you game plan, you got to account for that. At any given moment, he might drop back, but he could take off at any moment.
Coming out last week, a big week last week, he had 2 touchdowns through the air. He only had 7 incompletions, but he's going for 57% completion percentage on the season.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Even though it's still early in the season, that's still a good completion percentage.
But when we get to and another thing for Middle Creek, the run game. They got to get the run game going.
Yeah,
Trey
definitely.
Jones, he hasn't really been he's been a factor, but not as much of a factor as Dominic Schaffner has on the ground.
Definitely. If they can get the run, that's especially what Middle Creek wants to do. They want to get the run game going so they can spread you out with their spread offense and just kill you for the air.
Xavion Powell on that defense. He is a run stuffer.
Oh, yeah.
The Athens Drive offensive line is going to have to look out for him tonight.
Definitely. And last week on the very first play, he showed that he can pick the ball off too, with getting that interception on the first play of the game last week.
Quarterback last week, Burlingame, he made what I like to call a Stevie Wonder read on the first play.
Yeah. And also, when you talk about the Middle Creek defensive line, you can't forget about George Maya.
George Maya, one of the best and most talented defensive ends in the state of North Carolina today.
Yes, that just shows that Middle Creek has two of the more talented defensive linemen on their roster, which is why Middle Creek's defensive line is so good. And then we can't forget about the linebackers, John Singleton and Connor Chayunsky.
Don't forget about Keith Phillips now. Keith Phillips is also a part of that linebacker.
Yes, my apologies to the Keith family.
And also let's talk about these receivers for the Middle Creek Mustangs. Joe Mitchell coming in with 204 yards receiving on the season and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, he's done a good job of because Middle Creek lost a lot from their receiving core last year with Jonathan Spencer, aka also known as Juby, and Matt Schmidt gone. He's stepped up and been able to been good for Schaffner.
So he's going to be the #1 target tonight. And also, don't forget about Riley Frederickson and Shamon Hicks.
Yeah, definitely. They've done a good job of replacing 2 of the more productive players Middle Creek has had on the receiving end of the field. So as we get ready for kickoff, it should be a decent game as the Creek Crazies are getting ready, which is just a huge part of this. Why Middle Creek's always so good at home.
Not only is Dominic Schaffner my X Factor, another X Factor of mine, Rasheed Martin. He is a very prominent player when it comes to special teams and on the offensive end.
Definitely, he's one of those utility players like Braxton Miller or Danny Amendola for the Patriots. Like you can put him at running back, you can put him at receiver, tight end, and you can basically do it all. So it's like you can't just game plan him from one position.
He plays in all three phases of the game. And
Yeah.
speaking of his running skills, he had 2 rushing touchdowns on the season.
Yeah, definitely, and he took second off kickoff back last night. Last week, second off opening kickoff back last week against Panther Creek, which shows he has speed too. So you can't let him get into open field.
We're gonna bring more to you tonight. We're getting ready for kickoff. We've spoken enough about last week. We're gonna focus on tonight.
Yes, as Patera gets ready to kick it off.
What do you think tonight's score will be tonight before we get this kickoff going?
I think if the Middle Creek defense plays like they should and not let Athens score and not let it get to your track of me, I think Athens will stick around for a little bit, but Middle Creek, kind of like last week, will towards the end of the first half and into the early second half, Middle Creek will start to pull away.
Good shots. We're going to see this defense early. Maybe we might see a first pick on the first play again like we did last week.
I bet the Middle Creek wouldn't complain about that. So, yeah, Athens quarterback T. Henderson, they also got to account for him too. Oh, my mistake, Robert Ruffin, who had 405 yards passing last week. So, secondary led by Daniel Jackson needs to be ready for that too.
It'll come out in what I call a split slot formation. They're gonna hand it off to, it looks like Isaiah Henderson, and he's gonna get big yards to start the game already.
Yeah, that's good for Athens. You need to get positive yards on most run plays. You can't get a bunch of 1 and 2. You can't get into a bunch of second and longs, third and longs. Look here, if they don't get any yards, it's still third and short. You don't want to be in third and long, especially against this defense. As he has 2 running backs back in the slot.
He's going to hand it off again. It's going to look to be Isaiah Johnson. He's going to be stuffed right at the line. That's going to go for no gain.
It appears to be a 3-yard loss. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 4 from the Athens 26 with just over 11 minutes in the first quarter. So, like I said on the first play, Athens is in a 3rd and short, which is good. You want to be in 3rd and shorts against this defense.
There you go, shotgun again. Isaiah Henderson, he's going to play as a blocker as that's picked off early by Jake Ford, and he's going to keep it going. He's going to come back inside, and he's going to be stopped just before he gets past the 20-yard line.
Yeah, and there's a flag thrown at the end, so there might be a little extracurricular activity or some words exchanged after the play that may have contributed to this flag.
That's exactly what we talked about. That defense is getting in there early.
Yeah, last week they got a pick on the first play. This week they got a pick on the 3rd play of the game. So while we have a quick moment, the Middle Creek Stampede Club would like to thank all of our corporate sponsors for supporting the Middle Creek High School student athletes. So it appears that the penalty it was a legal block in the back on Middle Creek during the interception return. So the ball will stay with Middle Creek, but they get a 10-yard penalty added on to where the interception took place at.
So put them at about the 27-yard line. Already in good field position already. Schaffner has a short field to work with here. They're going to go a trip set to the right side. And the lone receiver, as they're going to have JoJo Mitchell isolated.
And that's also another big part of Middle Creek. Get the defense, give the offense a short field.
Schaffner's going to drop back. He's looking. He can't find anybody. And he's going to look to be sacked. And he's still standing, and he's going to keep it going. As he can't be taken down, now the play has been blown dead. As there's a flag on the play, it's going to look to be holding against Middle Creek.
There's actually two flags, so it'll be interesting to see what happens here if we could get offsetting penalties.
And that was called. That was holding called against Middle Creek, and that's going to bring it back another 10 yards. 2 early penalties by this Middle Creek team already.
Yeah, you don't want to. You never want to have lots of penalties. I just mean, especially on that. I mean, they had Schaffner wrapped up. You just got to give up on the play. Don't get a stupid penalty like that. Knock you back 10 yards. Just take the sack, take the 3-yard loss, and move on instead of the 10 yards. So that's going to bring up first and 20 from about the Athens Drive 42-yard line. So about the Athens 42 and probably 1/3 yard line. It'll be first down as that play has to be repeated.
Middle Creek offense is going to switch it up a little bit. We're going to go double receiver sets to both sides of the field. As Schaffner came ready to make his first read, and he gets Riley Fredrickson wide open, and he's going to shake a couple people, shake up tackles. He's going to keep it going. He's got a first down and more.
First down to the 20-yard line.
And there's another flag on the play, and it's going to be holding against that Middle Creek offense again.
Yeah, they need to quit with these stupid penalties. Welcome to Moe's. Come celebrate originality at the Cary location by becoming artists who create one-of-a-kind meals you love. Enjoy fresh, handmade Southwestern food in a welcoming environment that rocks. And Moe's is a proud sponsor of the Middle Creek Mustangs.
That's going to bring them back near the midfield.
Yeah, it was a illegal. If you didn't hear for the PA announcer, it was a illegal man downfield, which is a 5-yard penalty. So that will make it first and 25 from about the Athens Drive 48-yard line.
First and 30, number 6 in motion, and early penalties already. False start. It's going to move them back even more. Another 5-yard penalty. Now it's going to be first and 35. Now they're back in their own territory when they had short field to start with.
Yeah, definitely. You can see where their original line of scrimmage was, down at just the Athens 18. Now they're back on their own side of the field. Luckily for Middle Creek, it's still first down though.
Careless mistakes. We're going to go back to a double set. They're going to hand it off to Ryan Jolson this time. As Ryan Jolson's got a hole, and he's going to get about 5 yards here. He's going to get to about the 45-yard line.
Yeah. Like I was saying earlier, I mean, you can't. If Middle Creek wants to separate in this game, they need to stop the penalties. So that's going to bring up second in about 35 from the Athens Drive 45.
Schaffner drops back. He's got JoJo over the middle, and he's going to get to the 40-yard line. It's about a 5-yard gain.
So that's going to bring up third and very long from the Athens 40. They need to get to about the Athens Drive 20. About the Athens Drive, looks like 18 to get a first down. So they got about 23 yards to go on third down.
Still 12 yards away from the original line of scrimmage. Should be third and 23 now. Schaffner's going to drop back. He's going to look deep, and he's going to air it out here. He's just got JoJo over the middle, and he's just short as it's nearly picked off.
Yeah. So relatively unproductive drive after they had great field position, and just penalties hurt, as any coach will tell you.
Already with 4 penalties on the night, so that puts the stick in that drive right there.
Yeah.
Now they're gonna punt it. Gonna get ready to punt.
So gets back the punt. Is ready to receive the punt.
Low snap. Nearly blocked. That's gonna be a short kick, and it's gonna get a Middle Creek bounce. And it's gonna stop right at the 10-yard line. That was a short punt, but it puts Athens Drive inside their own 10-yard line, and they're gonna come out for their second drive.
Yeah, let's see if the Athens Drive offense can capitalize on the momentum their defense gave them with just keeping Middle Creek from getting a first down and keeping them out of field goal range. For all your lacrosse needs, go visit Lacrosse Unlimited across from Crossroad Mall. Thank you for Lacrosse Unlimited for supporting your Middle Creek Mustangs.
Robert Ruffin, he's going to hand it off to Isaiah Henderson again. He's going to find a hole, and he's going to get about 3 yards there on that gain.
So that's going to bring up about 2nd and 6 from the Athens Drive 14-yard line with about 8.5 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Xavier McNeil lined up far right. They're going to hand it to Isaiah Henderson again. And he's going to find another hole as he gets just to about the first down yard line. And they're going to give him the first down.
Definitely, yeah. That's a good moment. So far, Athens' drive has definitely looked better than Panther Creek looked last week. So that's going to bring up first down from the Athens Drive 21-yard line.
I wanted to establish that run game early. They're going to go back to a one receiver set. They're going to hand it to Isaiah Henderson again, and he's going to get another 2-yard gain. That's George Maya in on the tackle.
So that's going to bring up about 2nd and 6 from the Athens Drive 24-yard line, and then you get to about the 32-yard line for a first down.
Correction, that was Brandon Ray on the carry. Brandon Ray's going to get the handle again, and he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage again. He may have gotten about a yard there.
And that's going to bring up 3rd and about, looks like 3-4 yards from the Athens Drive 26, 27-yard line in that area, and then you get to the 32-yard line for a first down.
Athens Drive not looking to air the ball out very much right now. They want to establish that run game, and they want to make Middle Creek. They want to put Middle Creek on the field. They're going to hand it off to Brandon Ray again. They're going to toss it to him as he is not going to get any yards. He's going to barely get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he looks like he about lost 3 yards, 2 yards. So Athens Drive is going to have to bring on their punt team. So far in this game, neither offense has seemed to be getting anything going. Athens Drive, interception, and then after one first down, have to punt, and then Middle Creek, after great field position, just kept getting penalties and moved them out of field goal range, so they had to punt.
Ruffin is doing a lot on the field tonight. He's also the punter, as that's going to go right to Jake Fort, as Jake Fort's going to get a block, and he's going to get to the 45-yard line.
Yeah, good return. That's a good return for Jake Fort. Our pony sponsor, Christian Brothers Automotive, offers great customer service and honest, genuine auto repair service. You'll see that Christian Brothers stands behind every service, every time. It's these nice differences that bring our customers back time and time again. Thank you, Christian Brothers, for supporting our Middle Creek Mustangs.
The Middle Creek offense back out on the field. They're going to go a shotgun set. 2 receiver set to the right. They're going to roll out. It's going to run a speed option here as Dominique's going to keep it himself. He's going to cut back across field with a couple of juke moves, and he's going to get more than a first down.
Yeah, just like I mentioned earlier, Athens has got a game plan for Dominique stepped back in that play, but he took off. You got to be ready that at any moment. Dominique, even though he might step back because it's a pass play, he can take off at any moment.
This Middle Creek is going no huddle here. They want to keep the Athens Drive defense on their heels. They can hand up to Ryan Jolson here. He's going to get about 4 yards there on that gain.
Yeah, that's a pretty good first down run. Bring up about 2nd and medium-ish distance. So either get a first down on this. So this is not necessarily key third. If they bring up 3rd down, this is not necessary work.
As Dominique keeps it himself on the read option, as that's a tackle really there, grabbed up by the neck area. Could have been called for a face mask.
Yeah, or horse collar, but nonetheless, it's going to be a loss of 1 yard. So it's going to bring up about 3rd and 5 yards from the Athens Drive 26-yard line with just about 5 minutes to go.
That was Gabe Drew on the tackle, and he gets to the right. Joseph's got some open field as he makes some jump cuts, and he's going to get past the 10-yard line.
Yeah, that's exactly what this is exactly what Athens Drive does not want. Even take out those penalties Middle Creek has. Middle Creek has basically been able to do what they want. So, like I said.
And they're going to blow this play dead, as that's going to be called for an illegal substitution against Athens Drive, as number 30 cannot get off the field in time.
Yeah, so that's going to bring up a 1st and 5 from about the Athens drive. Wait, no, I believe it's actually going to be 1st and 4 because I believe the penalty will be half the distance to the goal, I would believe. But either way, it's still goal to goal for Middle Creek. They cannot get another first down unless a penalty because they're within 10 yards of the goal line.
And we did not point this out before the game, but as you noticed, Wyatt Jolson got the start tonight and not Dre Jones.
Yeah, that just might be. It would be interesting to see if it's because either Dre Jones is injured or if Ryan Jolson has just been playing better in games than at practice.
Back in play over there on the 5-yard line. They're going to give it to Ryan Jolson again, and he's going to be stuffed right at the line of scrimmage.
And back to the Ryan Jolson starting over Dre Jones. It could be neither of those. It could just be the Middle Creek coaches, the way Jolson plays. They may like that better against Athens Drive than the way Dre Jones plays. Because Jolson's more of a elusive kind of back, while Dre Jones is more of like a Marshawn Lynch and just kind of carries the pile.
They're going to give it to Ryan Jolson again, and there's going to be a flag thrown as he gets a 3-yard gain, as he gets right near the goal line, but there's going to be a flag thrown on the play.
It looks like it's going to be an illegal shift on Middle Creek, so that's going to null the touchdown, and it's going to be a 5-yard penalty, so about back where they were before the illegal substitution penalty on Athens Drive.
It's going to back them up to the 8-yard line now. It's second in it. It's going to be a 2nd and 7. Double receiver set again. Shamon Hicks way out to the far right. They're going to fake it to Ryan Jolson. Gets it to number 6, and he goes right off his hands.
Yeah, that's just a drop. You should have had that. Signature Family Dentistry in Holly Springs is a comprehensive dental practice that offers a variety of services in a convenient and comfortable location. An Olivo digital technology with a focus on serving your family. Whatever you have general dentistry needs, are looking for cosmetic procedures, or perhaps you have some predominant health issues, we can't wait to help you. Dr. Jennifer Bell and Dr. Angelita Franklin look forward to meeting your family. So it's going to bring it.
As they're going to roll out right, and it's going to hit Riley Frederickson, as he's going to be stopped just before he gets to the goal line. Let's get about a 3-yard gain there. He gets to about the 3-yard line.
So it's going to bring up 4th and 2. So it'll be interesting to see if Middle Creek. Oh, looks like Middle Creek is going to go for it instead of bring on the field goal unit and take the free points.
Now they're going to go a trip set to the left. Joe Mitchell out to the far left. Shafter snaps it, high snap. He's going to roll out left now. He's going to cut across the middle. He gets in for a touchdown. Dominic Schaffner with his 7th rushing touchdown on the season.
Yeah. So that's going to make it 6-0 Middle Creek with 3:25 left in the first quarter.
Looked at been a quarterback draw play the whole way as he rolled out left, and then he fakes in and cuts in, and now he gets a touchdown.
Yeah, just what I mentioned. Even though he drops it back and it probably wasn't a pass play, he still was able to take off, which he's got a game plan for.
And that kick is good, and the Middle Creek Mustangs go up by 7. And we're going to take our first break. We'll be right back with the Sports Block. Welcome back to the Sports Block as Middle Creek is coming off a scoring touchdown drive as Dominic Schaffner ran it in for a 3-yard touchdown, and O.J. Flowers is going to receive the kick as he's going to get a couple blocks, and he might come back upfield, and he makes a couple moves, and he breaks some tackles, and he's going down the sideline as he runs out of bounds at about the 45-yard line.
Yeah, that's a great return for Athens. Great field position. Welcome to Moe's. Come celebrate originality at the Cary location by becoming artists who create one-of-a-kind meals you love. Enjoy fresh, handmade Southwestern food in a welcoming environment that rocks. Moe's is a proud sponsor of the Middle Creek Mustangs.
The Athens Drive offense getting their best field position to start the night so far, as they're going to go back to a split gun set. Ruffin's going to roll out right. He's going to go deep as he throws it deep, and he's going to overthrow his target.
Yeah, he had him too.
That was Xavier McNeil the pass was intended for.
And there's a late flag on the play. So let's see what this is. And roughing the passer on Middle Creek, so that's going to be a 15-yard penalty. So that's going to move the ball to the onto Middle Creek side of the field.
So move that to the 44-yard line. Careless penalty is already hurting the Middle Creek team itself.
Yeah, that's. You give a big return, and then then you give a 15-yard penalty.
It's a 6th penalty tonight. We haven't even reached the second quarter yet.
Yeah, that's something I'm assuming Coach Ragland will talk about in the huddle at the end of the quarter.
Hand off to Henderson, as Henderson's going to get about a 5-yard gain. Henderson is getting these little 4- and 5-yard gains. Is really going up against his Middle Creek defense, as they look like they can't start the run for right now. Yeah,
they can't, and that's good for Athens, because then, I mean, if they want to run the ball and control the game, control the tempo. That's what they want to do, and so far, despite the score being 7-0, they've somewhat done that.
They're going to go trips receiver set again. Go to motion number 3. Cole Baker, they're going to motion him back. He's going to play blocker. They're going to hand it off to Isaiah Henderson again, and he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. So now it's going to be 3rd and about 5.
Yeah. Not ideal 3rd down distance, but much better than like 3rd and 10, 3rd and 9, 3rd and 8.
Connor Chiunski was in on the tackle.
I believe Connor Chiunski is one of the captains this year for Middle Creek.
I'm going to shift number 82 on the far route.
We're now under 2 minutes to go in the quarter.
2 receivers out wide on each side. Now it's going to be a double back set. So now there's a flag thrown.
It's either going to be delay or game unless Athens Drive got a timeout quick enough.
Delay game. Correction. Delay game.
And that was a delay of game against Athens Drive, as they could not get the timeout quickly enough, and that's going to back them up 5 yards.
Yeah, and honestly, in my opinion, if you're a coach, if your team's going to get delay a game penalty, I think you should just take delay a game penalty instead of waste a timeout that you may need for the end of the game or like a 2-minute drill. So that's going to bring up about 3rd and 9 from the Middle Creek 41 with 1:47 to go in the first quarter.
McNeil out wide right. They're gonna hand it off to number 1, and he's gonna get some yardage, but he's gonna get stopped just before he gets to the first down marker. He's gonna be about 1.5 yards short. Just O.J. Flowers on the carry.
Middle Creek players are want a fumble called, but they're going to say the ball stayed inbound. They say that the runners maintained possession, did not fumble, and Athens is going to go for it on 4th down.
Athens taking early shots as it's 4th and 1. They're going to look to hand off here as Middle Creek's going to load the box. They're going to hand off to Isaiah Henderson, and he's going to going to be stopped just before he gets to the
It's
first
close.
down mark.
It's close. I think the refs are probably going to have to bring out the chains for a measurement. And yes, as I said, they're going to bring. There's going to be they're going to bring out the change and measure. So while we have a quick second, Signature Family Dentistry in Holly Springs is a comprehensive dental practice that offers a variety of services in convenient and comfortable location. Innovative digital technology with a focus on serving your family. Whether you have general dentistry needs, are looking for cosmetic procedures, or perhaps you have some periodic health concerns, we can't wait to help you. Dr. Jennifer Bell and Dr. Angelita Franklin look forward to meeting your family.
He is way short. He is a yard short, and that's going to be a good stop for the Middle Creek defense as now the offense is going to come back onto the field.
Yeah, good job on the Middle Creek defense with recovering after they gave up the special teams gave up the big punt return, kickoff return, and then the defense gave up a 15-yard roughing the passer penalty, and then they ended up stopping on 4th down. So we'll see if the Middle Creek offense can take advantage of that momentum.
We're going to run double receiver set again. JoJo Mitchell out to the far left. Shamar Hicks out to the far right. On the east side, they're going to hand it off to Rye Tolson. He's going to get his open field. He makes a nice cutback, cuts back towards the sideline. He's going to go down the sideline. He's going to get a block, and he's going to get out of bounds at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, I think he just like about the 28, 29-yard line, just past the 30. Yeah, it looks like he's the ref that grabbed the ball. Nope, they're going to spot it just short of the 30-yard line. My correction. Looks like about the 32, 33-yard line with just about 50 seconds to go in the first quarter.
That's right. Johnson has subbed out, and now this is Brandon Wilson on the carry, and he's going to cut back across field, and he's going to get it all the way into the end zone for a touchdown.
What a turn of events right there. Athens had a big kickoff return, 15-yard penalty. It looked like they might score, and all of a sudden they get stopped on 4th down, and Middle Creek scores 2 plays later.
Looks like Athens has no run defense right now.
Looks like Middle Creek for a little bit. But nonetheless, Middle Creek, that's going to make it 13-0 Middle Creek pending the extra point with 46 seconds to go in the first quarter.
First play of the game for Brandon Wilson. He comes in and he cuts back across field. Gets a couple blocks, and he gets in for a touchdown.
Yeah.
And the kick is good. It is 14-0 here. The Middle Creek Mustangs are up, and we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with the Sports Block. Welcome back to the Sports Block as we're gearing up for a kick. Middle Creek coming off a scoring drive as Brandon Wilson gets about a 30-yard touchdown on the last drive. And O.J. Flowers is going to take it again. He's going to cut back upfield. He's going to get a couple blocks, and he breaks some tackles, and he cuts back across field. And he's going to be stopped just before he gets to the 40-yard line.
Yeah. So far, special teams has, except for the special teams has been pretty good for Athens Drive on there. They've had a decent return on 2 of their free kickoffs, and the first kickoff was a touchback, so obviously they cannot return that. So let's see if Athens Drive can get some momentum going after they looked like they had some, but then all of a sudden it just shifted to Middle Creek.
Looks like Athens is going to have to change something here because they can't keep running the ball all night or they're not going to have any points on the board.
Yeah, they're like they can't run it consistently. They're having 2 or 3 players in a row where they get a couple yards, but
as they head it off to Henderson again, and he stopped just before he gets to the line of scrimmage, as that's going to go for no gain.
And that's about what I prove. Like, they might have, like, 2 or 3 plays in a row where it's like they get free 4 or 5 yards, but then they can't consistently keep that going. Then they'll have a string of, like, just as many plays where they either get, like, barely little yards or no yards or even lose yards. This looks like Athens Drive is just going to let the clock tick out on the first quarter, so that's going to be – so at the end of the first quarter, it's going to be 14-0 Middle Creek. So at the end of the first quarter, it's 14-0 Middle Creek. You're watching the Sports Block. We'll be right back.
Holy crap. Welcome back to the Sports Block. And Robert Ruffin's going to hand it out to O.J. Flowers, and he's going to get stopped as he takes a big hit from Connor Chiunsky right before he gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, as I've heard an announcer say on TV before, he's going to remember that player next time he sees him coming down the field. He's going to remember that hit. There's going to be a little something in the back of his head that remembers that vicious hit. So that brings up about 39 from the Athens Drive 39-yard line with just under at the start of the second quarter.
Ruffin looks like he's going to drop at the pass this time. He's going to roll out. He's going to roll out right. He's going to try to find his target, and he overthrows him by just a yard. He was intended receiver, O.J. Flowers.
Yeah, that's going to be a free and out for Athens Drive. Not the way you want to, not the way you want your drive to go after you got stopped on fourth down and then you gave up a quick score.
Athens Drive hasn't been looking so well on offense, and their defense still hasn't been looking so well either, as they've already given up 14 points.
Yeah, and theoretically you could say the only reason they didn't give up points on that first drive was because Middle Creek kept shooting themselves in the foot with penalties.
2 rushing touchdowns, one by Brandon Wilson and one by Dominic Schaffner.
Robert Ruffin's back to punt, so I would be aware of a fake punt right here.
As that's going to be a little bit of a short punt. It's going to take a nice Athens Drive bounce past the 30-yard line. It's going to be down the right at the 27-yard line.
The Middle Creek Stampede Club would like to thank all of our corporate sponsors for supporting the Middle Creek High School student athletes. So I just want to talk about like how Athens uses Robert Ruffin, their quarterback, as their punter. Like in just a general situation, not just Athens Drive. I feel like if you use your punter as like is your quarterback, even if he's not your starter, that still gives you an advantage because the other team always has to be aware of a fake punt, which could help your punts go longer.
There's a lot of teams that use their quarterbacks as punters. That's Dominic Schaffner's dropping back. He's looking for his first read. He's going to air it out, and he might have his target, but he overthrows him, as that was intended for Shamon Hicks, as he was in the middle of a sandwich in between double covers there.
Yeah, and that's part of what the Middle Creek offense does. Like, and they like to take shots, and I like that they took a shot on first down here, so that if it's incomplete, you still have the next 2 downs to get a first down.
It could have been catchable, may have been catchable, but good thing that Shamon Hicks did not put himself in harm's way there.
Oh, I guess I see why they took a shot. I think Dominique Schaffner heads up play for him. I guess he saw that the play wasn't going to count, so he took a shot and said, what's the worst that happen? If it's intercepted, it's not going to count.
It's going to be 12 minutes on the field for Athens Drive.
Yeah, good job by the coach, either the coaches or Dominic Schaffner catching that and then just taking a shot, and which is what I like there is you just take a shot and okay, if it's intercepted, okay, you're still going to get the ball, and if it's a touchdown or a big gain, you get a huge gain. So there's always a good upside to that.
As now there was a late flag thrown again, and that flag might have been a warning towards Coach Ragland, as he might want to stay out the field there.
Yeah, these refs seem to not be. Well, they're not hesitant in throwing their flags. If they see something that they think is holding or illegal substitution, they will throw the flag. So if I'm Coach Ragland or any of the other coaches, I would not tempt these refs. Welcome to Moe's. Come celebrate originality at the Cary location by becoming artists who create one-of-a-kind meals you love. Enjoy fresh, handmade Southwestern food in a welcoming environment that rocks. Moe's is a proud sponsor of the Middle Creek Mustangs. Oh.
As that flag was drawn, and now this is going to move Middle Creek back 15 yards as the penalty was called against Coach Ragland, but coming out onto the field.
Yeah. I'm a little interested to see why Ragland came out onto the field there.
We go from 1st and 5 to nearly 1st and 20 as that play is blown dead already.
And if this is on Middle Creek, what happened on the first drive? They just kept shooting them, just kept killing themselves in the foot with the penalties. Oh, but it's on Athens Drive, so this seems that by the end of this game, if you look at the penalty yards and the box score, it will be a lot for both teams.
We go from 1st and 20 to 1st and 15 now, as they're going to hand it off to Brandon Wilson again, as he's going to cut down the sidelines. As correction, that's Dre Jones who's entering the game for the first time tonight.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. So I wonder if Dre Jones is like kind of injured or dealing with something, if this is the first time he got in, or if there was some disciplinary action that was taken.
Coach probably wanted to change the rotation tonight as Dre Jones, he fakes it as Dominic Schaffner breaks a couple tackles, and he gets more than a first down as he's down almost at the 41-yard line.
Yeah, this is like what you said about rotational. No offense to Athens Drive, but this is the game, if you're Middle Creek, that you would want to test that new rotation, because this is one of the games where it's at home, it's homecoming, all the momentum's on your side, so this is the game to try it.
As they hand it off to Dre Jones again, he's going to get a couple blocks, makes a cut back, and he's going to get down right before he gets to the 25-yard line. And there is a flag on the play.
There's a flag, so as Vincent said, so it'll be interesting to see whether it's on Middle Creek or Athens Drive. If it's on Athens Drive, I would assume that it would not count unless it's.
There's been a lot of holding calls tonight against the Middle Creek offensive line.
Yeah. That's something that they need to fix.
Now we go from having a 1st and 10 to going back to 1st and 20 again.
Yeah, that's something you need to fix, not just for this game, but just going forward. Like, you don't want to have a lot of holding calls, especially in the playoffs when you might be playing a good good team like Wake Forest or maybe Page or Pinecrest. So that's going to bring up about 1st and 20 from the Middle Creek 43-yard line.
Schaffner's going to drop back this time. He looks, and he's getting some pressure as he heaves it down the field, and that's caught. And they're going to rule it incomplete as that was caught by JoJo Mitchell. And they are going to call it complete now.
Great catch by JoJo Mitchell, just coming back to the ball and catching it. And good job by Schaffner getting out there, where only JoJo could get it.
As he was getting pressure, it looked to have been incomplete as it was a little bit underthrown there. They're going to motion Dre Jones out left. And now he's got Shamon Hicks across the middle. He's going to pick up a block. He's going to take the edge, and he's going to roar right in for a touchdown.
So that's going to make the score 20-0 Middle Creek, pending the extra point.
That X factor, Dominic Schaffner right there. Throwing his first passing touchdown tonight. Not only does he have that, he has a rushing touchdown also in the game. Shamon Hicks scoring his 2nd touchdown of the season on that pass. As they line up for the extra point here.
into kick. Shot for the hold.
And the kick is up, and it's good as now the Mustangs go up 21-0. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with the Sports Block. Welcome back to the Sports Block as we're coming off of a Middle Creek touchdown drive as Dominic Schaffner hit Shaman Hicks over the middle for about a 40-yard touchdown.
Yeah. So that's going to be a touchback, so that's pretty good. Half your kickoffs tonight have been touchbacks.
With 9:51 to go in the second quarter, do you think Athens Jock can find some way to put some points on the board?
It's going to have to be soon, especially since Middle Creek seems to be, the last couple of drives, seems to be being able to strike at will. So if Athens Drive is going to do something, it needs to be now before it gets worse. For all your lacrosse needs, go visit Lacrosse Unlimited across from Crossroads Mall. Thank you, Lacrosse Unlimited, for supporting your Middle Creek Mustangs.
Ruffin lining up in a double back gun set. Receiver out on each side of the field as they're going to hand it out to Brandon Ray this time, and he's going to be stopped as he gets about 4 yards there.
And that's what I said. The last drive, they couldn't get any distant runs, and on that one, they get a 4-yard run. So what I said, they can't be consistent, which is what they're going to run the ball more. That's what they need to be. They need to be consistent.
Speaking of Brandon Ray, sources tell me that earlier this week he was saying that he was going to come in, he was going to have a field day on this Middle Creek defense.
He might need to look at the scoreboard real quick. Or
he's going to get another carry here. He's going to find a hole, and he's going to get close to a first down there. He's going to be about an inch and a half short. It's going to be 3rd and 1.
If he's going to have a field day,
they're going to give him the first down there.
If he's going to get that supposed field day he talked about, he's going to have to do something soon.
And looks like Brandon Ray is the one injured on the play, and we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with the Sports Block. And welcome back to the Sports Block. As we took a quick break as Brandon Ray seemed to have been injured on the play, and Isaiah Henderson subbing in for him, and he stopped as he gets about a 1 yard gain there on that run.
Yeah. Brandon Ray wasn't on the field long, so hopefully for his sake, it wasn't a big injury. Hopefully he was just cramping up or got the wind blown out of him. So that's going to bring up about 2nd and 7 for the Athens drive.
They're going to come out in an ace gun set with a lead blocker, and they're going to fake it to Henderson as Robert Ruffin goes downfield, and he overthrows his target, that being O.J. Flowers once again tonight. Jalen Herring playing good defense at corner on O.J. Flowers.
Yeah, he is. Our pony sponsor, Christian Brothers Automotive, offers great customer service and honest, genuine auto repair service. You'll see Christian Brothers stands behind every service every time. It's these nice differences that bring our customers back time and time again. Thank you, Christian Brothers, for supporting our Middle Creek Mustangs.
They're going a double set here for the Jaguars of Athens Drive. Double receiver set to the left side. Got a motion number 34 as he loses the snap, and O.J. Flowers is going to pick it up, and he's going to get about a loss of 10 yards there.
Yeah, he might have lost 10 yards on the play, but if you're Athens and you want to look at a bright side, you still got the ball. You get to punt the ball away. Middle Creek doesn't recover the ball in your territory.
Michael Russell in on the TFL there. They lose 10+, and now Athens Drive is going to have the punt.
Yeah, definitely not the way they wanted their third down to go, their 3rd and long to go.
They lose 12 yards on that. It's now 4th and 21. That's going to be a low punt, and it might just take a good Athens Drive bounce, but it's going to stop right at about the 47-yard line.
Yeah. Welcome to Moe's. Come celebrate originality at the Cary location by becoming artists who create one-of-a-kind meals you love. Enjoy fresh, handmade Southwestern food in a welcoming environment that rocks. Moe's is a proud sponsor of Middle Creek Mustangs.
Schaffner coming off that huge TD drive from the last possession. That TD pass he threw to Shamon Hicks.
Yeah. The Middle Creekers are ready to go, but then the refs are getting together to talk about something. I'm not sure what.
The refs seem to be confused on what the call is. They're explaining to Coach Ragland what their call is.
Oh. It appears that there was a clock issue, and the refs wanted more time added to the clock as they felt time ran off. So it goes from 7 minutes and 29 seconds to go in the second quarter to 7 minutes and 41 seconds to go in the second quarter.
They're going to run an empty gun set now. As Dominic Schaffner's going to drop back. He's going to find his target over the middle. Oh, as he takes a big hit. As that's going to go for an incompletion. And that looked to have been Brandon Wilson that was in the receiver on that catch.
Yeah, he had that. And then
he looked like he got the wind knocked out of him. As we're going to take a quick injury delay. And we'll be right back with the Sports Block.
Welcome back to the Sports Block. We're just in a quick injury timeout as Schaffner takes the snap and gets about 7 yards on the play.
He faked to Rasheed Martin, and he gets a 6-yard gain there. There's another injury on the play as number 9 looks to be shaken up. Terrence Lowe, and we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with the Sports Block. We are back from that injury delay as Terrence Lowe has got up on his own power, and we're going to go right back to the field as Dominic Sharp's going to drop back. He's going to make a quick read, gets Riley Ferguson open in the field, and he's going to get a stiff arm here. He's going to fight for extra yards, and he doesn't go down until he goes out at about the 21-yard line.
Yeah, and the last Middle Creek player, Brandon Wilson, I can see him down there, and I've kind of been watching, and it doesn't appear that they're like seeing if he broke something or something. It appears that they're doing more of a concussion test since he may have took more of a hit to the head.
That was a great catch by Riley Ferguson, and Tavy McQueen's going to be out to the far right. They're going to go double set. They're going to head off to Rod Jolson. Rod Jolson's got open field. He's going to cut through, and he's got a touchdown. But there is a flag, so that touchdown might come back.
He realizes it's going to be a touchdown, so he pulled. He should wave it off.
Yeah, with the call from the refs is the conversation on what the flag is.
I see one Middle Creek player pointing towards Athens Drive, but I'm hesitant to believe that after how many penalties Middle Creek's had tonight. Ooh. Offsetting penalties on both teams. Personal fouls on both teams, so that's offsetting. So we're going to replay the down. So the touchdown will not count.
Ryan Jolson did score, but though that touchdown has been wiped off the board after 2 personal foul calls on both squads. And now that's going to offset, and we're going to replay first down.
Yeah. If there's offsetting so Signature Family Dentistry in Holly Springs is the comprehensive dental
and now the refs have changed it, and now that touchdown will go back up on the board, and now the Mustangs go up 27-0.
Yeah, so I guess they must have changed it to a after the play so the touchdown would stand.
The penalty's offset. So that will not go on the kickoff. So the kickoff will stay the same once this extra point is kicked.
So back to what my ad,
And the kick is up, and that's a short kick, but it's good. And now the Mustangs go on 28-0 with 7:04 left in the second quarter. We'll be right back with the Sports Block. welcome back to the Sports Block. As the rest seemed to be confused on that last touchdown play, but it was called as a touchdown, as there were 2 penalties, personal foul calls on both teams, and now that's going to be Brandon Ray returning it as he's back in the game from his injury earlier, and he's going to find a little bit down the sideline. He's going to be down just about the 25-yard line.
I think the confusion on that touchdown was whether it should stand or not. Like if the altercation that caused the 2 personal fouls was after Riley Jusen entered the end zone or prior to. If it was prior to, the original call was correct, but if it was after, the latter call was correct.
As Athens drives, offense is coming right back out onto the field. Their defense getting scored on once again tonight, and their offense hasn't been able to do anything about it.
Yeah, and that's a big part. I mean, if you don't want your defense on the field that much.
And now they're going to hand it off to Isaiah Henderson again, and he's going to move the pile for about 2 yards. This is going to be about 2nd and 7 as he gets a 3-yard gain.
Signature Family Dentistry in Holly Springs is a comprehensive dental practice that offers a variety of services in a convenient and comfortable location. Innovative digital technology with a focus on serving your family.
Now Isaiah Henderson and O.J. Flowers in the backfield. Cole Baker in the set to motion. Throwbacks again, they hand it off. They fake it as Ruffin tosses it, as that's a big hit laid by Rasheed Martin.
Yeah, I personally did not see that he tossed it, so I almost thought there was going to be like a personal foul, like unnecessary roughness, but obviously I didn't see the toss at the last second, so.
Also could have been an illegal forward pass.
It could have, too. I guess props to Ruffin for getting that ball off before, so that the loss on the play was not as bad as it would have been if he wouldn't have got it off.
But you got to give credit where credit is due. Rasheed Martin laying that big hit.
Oh, definitely. You always got to give credit to a big hit.
As Ruffin rolls out, he's going to try to find his target as he finally gets the completion to go down tonight as he gets the first down.
I believe that might actually be his 3rd pass of the night. I believe. And that's going to be a first down. So that's going to bring up about 1st down and 10 from the Athens drive. Looks like 38, 37-yard line in that general area of the field.
Now we're going to go back to a 1 setback gun set. As Ruffin's going to hand it off to Isaiah Henderson as he stopped. As he is able to get to about 3 yards on the play.
Henderson on the carry. Tackled by number 57.
So both teams have a good crowd tonight, especially Athens for an away game. They got a good crowd. Both teams do.
Monte Richardson in on that tackle there. As they're going to go 4-man rush here. George Meyer coming off the right edge. As he jumped a little bit, now they're going to go speed option with Ruffin, and Ruffin he's maybe going to get a yard there.
Yeah, I see one of the coaches on the Athens sideline looking upset, and I guess he thought it should have been a an encroachment call. But he didn't touch any players. He didn't touch anybody in Athens' side, and nobody from Athens reacted, so, and he goes back on sides when the ball was snapped, so fairly legal play. So that's going to bring up about 3rd and 6 yards from about the Athens 42-yard line.
Henderson's in that running back. Ruffin's going to drop back this time. He's going to go across the middle as that's picked off by Connor Chiunsky. And he's going to keep going, and he's going to be stopped just before he gets to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, that's Ruffin's 2nd pick of the night, and that's definitely not what Athens needed.
Not making too many good reads is Ruffin tonight.
Yeah. Signature Family Dentistry. Whether you have general dentistry needs, are looking for cosmetic procedures, or perhaps you have some predominant health concerns, we can't wait to help you. Dr. Jennifer Bell and Dr. Angelita Franklin look forward to meeting your family.
Schaffner drops back. He's looking, and he's going to cut upfield. He's going to get a couple blocks. He does a spin move, and he's going to be stopped just at the 20-yard line, as they're going to down it probably about the 19.
There is a flag back around the original line of scrimmage, so
That is holding against Middle Creek, and that's going to bring it back another 10 yards.
Middle Creek needs to fix their penalties, not just for this game, but going forward, they need to fix those penalties. Because those penalties in a close game, like probably in the playoffs or when they play Holly Springs or Fuquay, or anybody else this season, not trying to disrespect anybody, those kind of penalties, those holding penalties that are not necessary, could come back to haunt them.
Now that's going to move them back to the 46-yard line. That's another great run by Dominic Schaffner.
Definitely.
They're going to run a double back set again. Double receiver set. Schaffner drops back. Screen pass, and Shamon Hicks just lets it slip right through his hands.
Yeah. I believe that's the second drop tonight by a Middle Creek receiver. I believe the first was down in the first quarter in the red zone by I think it was Riley Fredrickson. So that's gonna bring up second down in 23 from Middle Creek from the 46 from Athens 46-yard line.
And that's gonna be a false start penalty as Middle Creek's offensive line is just piling up the penalties tonight.
I actually think that false start may have actually been on DeAndre Jones out there.
Now going to move them back another 5 yards. They go from a 1st and 20 to now a 1st and 25 as Dre Jones is going to roll out right. He's going to look to go deep as he's not going to have enough time in the pocket. He's trying to make move with his legs as he's going to grab the face mask. And there's all the flags have been thrown out.
There's free flags for them, so let's see what's gonna become of that.
Schaffner could have seriously been injured there, but that's going to go against number 44 of Middle Creek of Athens Drive, correction.
And that would be so the penalty is going to go on Gabe Brew, a senior defensive lineman, defensive end. Signature Family Dentistry in Holly Springs is a comprehensive dental practice that offers a variety of services in a convenient and comfortable location. Innovative digital technology with a focus on serving your family.
So they get the 15 yards back that they lost from the original holding penalty, so now they go back to 1st and 20.
Yeah.
So now there's a timeout being called by Middle Creek, and we're going to take ourselves a quick break. We'll be right back with the Sports Block. Welcome back to the Sports Walk as Middle Creek took a timeout after a flag was called. Now they're going to come out on a trip set to the right side. Dre Jones set out right. They're going to hand it off. They're going to hand it off to Dre Jones. He's got a lot of field to cover, and he's going to break a couple tackles, and he's going to get some blocks. He's going to cut back cross field, and he's going to turn on the Jets, and he's going to be right at the touchdown.
That's a great touchdown run. He showed everything. He juked players, and he drug players to the end zone. That's a heck of a touchdown run. I don't care who you are.
That's a running back with some talent in the future.
Definitely. And like I said about Marshawn Lynch, he just carried players.
And we're going to take ourselves a quick break as there is an injured player out on the field. And welcome back as we're going to get set for the extra point here. As Dre Jones just showed off all the talent there on that touchdown run. From their own 47-yard line, 47-yard run, touchdown run. As the kick it's up and it's good. Middle Creek goes up 35-0 with 3:29 left in the half. We'll be right back with the Sports Block. Welcome back as we're coming off that 47-yard touchdown run by Dre Jones.
I just don't know what to say about it. I'm not sure he could do any better with it. He juked players, he drug players into the end zone. I mean, I don't know what better you could do. The offensive line made a hole for him. I mean, Middle Creek executed perfectly on that play.
He had a lot of good blocks, and he made some moves himself, and he cut back to the right side of the field and was able to get a touchdown.
Yeah, that's one of the better touchdown runs you're going to see. So now Athens Drive is going to start with a 1st and 10 at their 20-yard line.
That's been about their average drive start. It's on every drive tonight.
Yeah, in that general area, aside from their 2 good kickoff returns.
As Brandon Ray's going to cut outside, he's going to get in, he's going to find a hole, and he's going to get about a 4-yard, 5-yard gain there. It's going to be about a 2nd and 6. So
as we inch closer to halftime, I just want to mention to all the folks that if the score at the start of the second half, if Middle Creek is up by 42, we will have a running clock. If it's at least 42 points or more, we have a running clock.
It's Robert Ruffin. Now they're going to go back to a ace gun set with run back. He's going to drop back. He's going to hand it. He's going to hand it off to Brandon Wade. Brandon Wade is going to be stopped right where he was, and he's going to be down. He's going to be tackled for a loss. It's now Brandon Ray. He's going to be called for a flag as there was a lot of push in there. He pushed Keith Phillips at the end of the play there.
It almost looked like Keith Phillips was gonna pull the ball out of Brandon Ray's hands and take it into the end zone.
As that play was blowing up in the backfield by Jalen Aaron.
Yeah. I mean, it looked like Phillips was gonna just grab the ball out of Ray's hands and take it in for a score. Signature Family Dentistry. Whether you have general dentistry needs, are looking for cosmetic procedures, or perhaps looking for some periodontal health concerns, we cannot wait to help you. Dr. Jennifer Bell and Dr. Angelita Franklin look forward to meeting your family and helping them. So, after that penalty, it's going to be about second and very long for Athens Drive.
It's going to move them to their own 6-yard line there.
Yeah, I don't think that was the full 15-yard penalty because of where they were, so it's half the distance to the goal. I think they were in the area where a penalty that large is half the distance. So, if we'll see if Athens Drive can get some momentum heading into halftime, even though Middle Creek will get the ball for the to start the second half.
Got second 23 now. Henderson subs in for Brandon Reyes. Now the clock has been stopped. Players been blown dead by the refs.
I see Brandon Wilson down there on the track running back and forth, and he was the injured player earlier, so I wonder if he had maybe had like a lower body injury or something and he's just trying to run it off. Maybe he's sore and he's trying to run it off.
The refs just seem to be a bit confused tonight on these calls.
Yeah, they seem to have to get all together, which seems a little bit odd, but who are we to judge? So, looks like they are... I'm not sure they were going to call a penalty, so... I'm not really sure. So...
Now they're going to go right back into play as McNeil is going back to the left side. Split back set. Ruffin's going to hand it on to Isaiah Henderson. He's going to find a small hole, not very much on the game there. He's going to get about 2 yards. He'll go for about third. About 20, about 3rd and 20 there. The timeout has been taken, and we're going to take a quick break ourselves. We'll be right back with the Sports Block. Welcome back. As we took a quick break as Athens Drive took a timeout. And now they're going to go a bunch set here as Athens Drive did. There's going to be a false start penalty as O.J. Flowers moved a little bit early, and that's going to back him up another 5 yards. Could be half a distance to the goal there.
Yeah, Athens Drive right now is almost looking like what Middle Creek was somewhat in the first half. Or actually, this is the first half. Earlier in the first half, this kind of in the first quarter, just can't stop committing a penalty, no matter who it is.
They're going to go bunch receiver set again. Flowers and McNeil bunched up on the left side. Now they're going to roll. They're going to fake it as they're going to try to go counterplay it. O.J. Flowers, and he's only going to get about a 5-yard gain there.
Yeah, good job on Athens Drive. That could have been a lot worse than it was.
And he's going to get nowhere back to the line of scrimmage.
And Middle Creek calls a timeout, so with the score 35-0 with 2 minutes and 9 seconds left in the second quarter. We're going to take a break. You're watching the Sports Block.
Welcome back to the Sports Block as Athens Drive is pinned deep in their own end zone. It's going to be a low punt. It's going to be hard to punt out of this position that they're in right now.
Definitely.
By Robert Rubin. There was a little bit of jump by Athens Drive there, and it might be a false start against the Jaguars.
And that's just gonna make their punting, as Vincent was saying, they were already gonna have a hard time punting out of there. Now they're gonna have an even harder time.
Rasheed Martin's gonna be back to return the kick here. The Trevor Ruff's gonna have a hard time punting this as they're gonna squeeze the box.
Yeah,
the Mustangs. They're gonna try to block this point.
Yeah, and the punter there needs to be careful he doesn't step out of bounds and cause a safety.
And it's going to be a low line drive. It's going to bounce right to Rasheed Martin. He's going to cut back across field. He's going to try to make some moves. And he's going to try to pick up some blocks here. And he's going to get down the sideline. He's going to get close to the 15-yard line. There's a late flag thrown at the end of the play.
So it'll be interesting to see with just under 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. It'll be interesting to see if that was a late hit.
This is a legal block in the back against the Mustangs. That's going to back them up 5 yards.
There's another penalty by Middle Creek. They just keep shooting themselves in the foot with those penalties. What is that, like the 10th penalty of the half?
It's going to be about 12 and a half so far.
That's
a lot of penalties piled up tonight.
Yeah, that's something I'm sure that is going to be addressed at halftime, and I'm sure will be addressed in practice this week before Middle Creek takes on Cary next week at Cary.
Now Schaffner's going to take it from his own 27-yard line. He's going to hand it off to Dre Jones. Dre Jones uses a couple blocks. He's going to find his way to cut back upfield, and it seems like Athens Drive can't tackle him, and he's going to be down inside the 5-yard line.
Yeah, they really can't. Really doesn't. I'm not sure they can tackle him. I mean, he just busts for the seam, and they have nothing for him. They have to tackle him with like half his team to get him down.
Once he finds a hole, he's going to just burst right through it.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to stop him.
They give it to him again, and he's going to be in. He's going to fight for those extra yards, and he's going to be in for a touchdown.
And that's Dre Jones' second touchdown of the quarter and the half.
As Dre Jones is having a stellar night tonight.
Definitely, and he didn't play much in the first quarter either, so definitely making his presence known when he came in.
He's got a lot of yards on the ground tonight as he made up for all 27 of those yards on that drive.
Definitely. You can't just tackle him 1-2 players. You got to gang tackle him with like 3, 4, 5 players to bring him down because he's so big.
And the kick is up, and it was blocked. As the kick is no good, 41-0 with about 1:34 to go in the half. We'll be right back with the Sports Block. welcome back to the Sports Block as Dre Jones just made up for a 27-yard drive.
Yeah, definitely. He just handed off, big run, handed off again, pushes his way into the end zone.
And O.J. Flowers is going to take this, and he's going to cut back across the field as Brandon Ray lays a big block. And he's going to be down just above the 20-yard line. Now the defense is going to come back out onto the field. The defense is making his presence felt tonight.
Yeah, they with running game wise, a little bit in the first quarter, start of the first quarter, they looked a little bit shaky, but they've got it together, which I think has also helped the offense with momentum.
And Ruffin, this time no extra blocker. He's going to run a double receiver set as he bobbles the snap, and he handed it off to Henderson just in time, and he's going to barely get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a 1-yard loss there.
Yeah, Athens has had trouble with a couple of snaps tonight. Fortunately for them, it has not come on any of their punts, which could have been pretty bad for them.
Ruffin's having a rough night tonight.
Yeah, after he said that he was going to come have a field day.
As he hands it off to Henderson, and he's going to get a couple blocks there, and he's going to get about a 7-yard gain there. It's going to be about 3rd and 4.
So, with it looks like Athens Drive and Middle Creek are both content just to go to halftime with the score 41-0. So it looks like Athens is just gonna kind of let the clock run down as far as possible, one play, and then
3rd and 11. They're gonna hand it to Henderson again, and he gets a block. He gets a nice truck. He's gonna get a first down here. Got 15 seconds to go as they take a quick timeout. And now the clock's going to roll again, and Athens Drive may be able to get one more play off before the half. As Ruff is going to drop back this time. He's going to look. He can't find his target, and he's going to look to be sacked.
And that's going
to close the half out as the Mustangs go up 41-0 at the halftime.
Okay, tonight's halftime sponsor is Gladwell Orthodontics. A healthy, attractive smile is an important part of our lives, which impacts your self-esteem, confidence, and your personal, social, and professional relationships. Dr. Jason Gladwell and his team are passionate about going the extra mile before, during, and after your treatment. It's this attention to service and clinical excellence that will exceed all of your expectations. Gladwell Orthodontics strives to set the standard in quality orthodontic care and offer you a comfortable environment unlike any other. Gladwell Orthodontics offers a range of products including traditional braces and Invisalign clear alignments. You are our number one priority. Smile more with Gladwell Orthodontics. And we'll be right back with homecoming festivities. And we're back with homecoming festivities, so enjoy.
This year's homecoming court was nominated by their teachers and then voted on by their peers. Here are some of the fine students Middle Creek has to offer. Without further ado, I'd like to welcome this year's junior court. Our first pair is Madeline Birch, escorted by Preston Pierce. Next, we have Grayson Gallagher, escorted by Jake Howard. Finally, we have Augusta Schmitz, accompanied by Jerry Allen. Please welcome Junior Class President Sophie Ernest to the field to crown this year's Prince and Princess. Without further ado, this year's Junior Prince is Preston Pierce. And this year's Junior Princess is Madeline Kirsch. Please give a big round of applause to this year's Junior Court, Prince and Princess. We would now like to welcome to the field this year's Senior Court. Accompanied by his mother, Tanya Molidi, is Andrew Molidi. Andrew's a 4-year varsity starter on the wrestling team. Please welcome to the field Daniel Jackson, escorted by his mother, Daniel Jackson. Daniel is a varsity starter for your Middle Creek Mustangs, as well as an athlete for the spring track program. Give it up for Big Z, Zavon Powell, escorted by his mother, Nicole. Big Z is a 4-year football starter for the football team, is a member of Chorus and FCA. Now it's here for Juliana Phillips, a member of Red Cross Club Yearbook and this year's Creek Crazy Leader. Juliana is escorted by her mother, Tina. Now give it up for Julia Poole. Julia is escorted by her sister, Leanne, is a 4-year varsity swimmer, and is a member of National Honor Society. And finally, we'd like to welcome Olivia Nichols. Olivia is a member of Mustangs for Christ, Key Club, National Honor Society, Science Honor Society, and Peer Networking. Olivia is escorted by her friend Reed. And now, to crown this year's Senior King and Queen, we would like to welcome back last year's Senior Queen and King, Caleb Woody and Lauren Hempton. And now, the moment you have all been waiting for. This year's Senior King is Zavon Powell! And your 2016 Homecoming Queen is Julia Poole! Please give a big round of applause for all of this year's winners, court members, and nominees. And finally, please give a big hand to SGA for putting this all on. We could have not have done it without them. And finally, let's go Mustangs!
Today's halftime sponsor is Gladwell Orthodontics. A healthy, attractive smile is an important part of our lives, which impacts your self-esteem, confidence, and your personal, social, and professional relationships. Dr. Jason Gladwell and his team are passionate about going the extra mile before, during, and after your treatment. It's this attention to service and clinical excellence that will exceed all of your expectations. Gladwell Orthodontics strives to set the standard in quality orthodontic care and offer you a comfortable environment unlike any other. Gladwell Orthodontics offers a range of products including traditional braces and Invisalign clear aligners. You are our number one priority. Smile more with Gladwell Orthodontics. We'll be right back with the second half.
Welcome back to the Sports Block. We had a great halftime. We had the homecoming festivities, and now we're getting ready for the second half.
Yeah, that's always fun when you have some kind of like festivity band or homecoming or anything else at halftime to keep the mood entertained.
Real quick, first half thoughts.
I feel like Middle Creek started out kind of slow, like defensively wise, but they turned it around, and Athens started out kind of good, and then they just kind of faded as the half went on.
As Brandon Wilson gets a good return there to start the second half. We're going to see this Middle Creek offense to start out the second half, and Schaffner has been looking really good tonight.
Yeah, he has. He's been sharp, running the ball and throwing the ball. He's been hitting his receivers downfield, and then when he's needed to take off, he's got big yards off of it. And speaking of taking off and getting yards on the ground, we cannot talk about that without talking about DeAndre Jones.
Jones rolls out left. He's looking. He's got a wide open receiver over the middle. That's Shamon Hicks. He's going to use his speed, go down the sideline. Number 21 is not going to catch him. And a touchdown from Shamon Hicks.
That's the second receiving touchdown of the night.
Dominic Schaffner just threw it like to call a dot.
Yeah, and we were just talking about how good Sharpies looked.
Shamon Hicks is having his way with this Athens Drive secondary tonight.
He certainly is. They haven't been able to stop him. And back to what I was saying earlier, DeAndre Jones had a great half. Athens Drive couldn't stop him. And so, ladies and gentlemen, this is gonna result in a running clock for the rest of the half, or until Athens Drive either makes it less than 42 points of Middle Creek lead.
And the kick is up, and it's good. As the Mustangs go up 48-0. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with the Sports Block. welcome back to the Sports Block as we're getting set for another kickoff as Dominic Schaffner can't seem, he's just finding Shamon Hicks all over the field tonight.
Yeah, if Shamon Hicks seems like he can't do wrong.
Same play, same route, same speed. It's just Shamon Hicks is showing all his talent tonight.
Yeah, definitely.
As Brandon Ray picks up that kick and has only returned it for about 10 yards.
Yeah. So a quick recap of the scoring in the first half. Dominique Schaffner had a passing touchdown to Shamon Hicks, and he also had a rushing touchdown. While DeAndre Jones, the ending half, had 2 rushing touchdowns, while Ryle Jusen also had a rushing touchdown.
Now we're going to see this defense for the first time in the second half. Hopefully, Ruffin is not going to get roughed up tonight.
That's what he's hoping. That's probably what Athens Drive's hoping.
Get it? See what I did there with the Ruffin.
Pretty clever.
Click was his name. No, I try. I do what I can. Ruffin in a double back set. He's going to hand off to Henderson. Henderson is not going to find much there. He's going to get about a 2-yard gain there.
Yeah. So the Middle Creek Stampede Club would like to thank all of our corporate sponsors for supporting the Middle Creek High School student athletes.
Second and 7. It gets a 3-yard gain there.
Yeah, free yard. That was a lot of battling for a free yard gain.
34 is in to shade us another blocker. 44 throws back in at the tight end position. It's a low snap again, and Ruffin just falls on it as that's going to be counted as a sack.
Just miscues snap-wise for Athens continue to hurt them.
As John Singleton is going to be counted as a sack for him.
That's going to bring up 3rd and long for Athens Drive from about their own 18-yard line.
Ruffin, their offensive line, they haven't been able to keep eyes on the ball tonight.
Yeah, I mean, the center and Ruffin in practice this week need to get more of a rhythm with each other about snap count.
And he bobbles the snap again as he's going to go down by John Singleton once again.
Yeah, I mean, if Athens wants to win games like in the future, they need to. And we're going to take a quick timeout for the injury. Welcome back after a short injury break, and the injured player was Robert Ruffin for Athens, and so they're gonna have a new punter. It appears that their new punter is
Xavier McNeil will be punting this. That's a high snap, and he's barely gets the punt off, and that's going to be a nice high punt. That's going to bounce. It's going to be down right at the 39-yard line.
Yeah, he had to he kind of had to sky up and catch it with one hand to keep it from going out of bounds.
And Andrew Ely is going to make his first appearance tonight as Dominic Schaffner is going to be done for tonight.
And after a break, he said good night. Welcome to Moe's. Come celebrate originality at the Cary location by becoming artists who create one of a kind meals you love. Enjoy fresh, handmade Southwestern food in a welcoming environment that rocks. Moe's is a proud sponsor of Middle Creek Mustangs.
He's going to hand it off to Johnny Keaton. As Johnny Keaton is going to be stuffed right behind the line of scrimmage. He's going to get about a 2-yard loss there. As Tavy McQueen is going to sub in.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming as of right now, especially since it's running clock, I mean, we're not going to see many starters anymore for Middle Creek. I assume that they're not going to just put all their backups in at once. They're going to slowly ease them in.
They're going to bring the blitz here, and they're going to run a screenplay, and he's barely going to get back to the line of scrimmage as that is caught by Shamon Hicks.
So if you're at home, pay close attention to Andrew Ely because even though this is a long ways out, he most likely will be the starting quarterback next year. So this is a quick glimpse at what next year's what he might be like as a quarterback next year.
And he's going to hand it off to Johnny Keaton once again, and Johnny Keaton's going to be stuffed right at the line of scrimmage.
And that's going to bring up 4th down for the Mustangs. For all of your lacrosse needs, go visit Lacrosse Unlimited across from Crossroads Mall. Thank you Lacrosse Unlimited for supporting your Middle Creek Mustangs.
So we're gonna get ready to punt. Keith Phillips is gonna be back punting.
A long conversation there, so it'll be interesting to see if Middle Creek's gonna fake punt or if they're just trying to see if they can catch Athens offsides. And
that's gonna be a nice punt from Keith Phillips. He's gonna take a bounce and is gonna take a nice Middle Creek bounce.
Definitely.
To inside the 10-yard line. It's gonna be down at about the 7-yard line. So good punt by Keith Phillips there.
Yeah, definitely. Great punt. I don't think he's the normal punter either, so I guess Coach Ragland can rest easy at night knowing if the normal punter, something happens to him, he can rely on Keith. Our pony sponsor, Christian Brothers Automotive, offers great customer service and honest, genuine auto repair service. You'll see that Christian Brothers stands behind every service, every time. It's these nice differences that bring our customers back time and time again. Thank you, Christian Brothers, for supporting our Middle Creek Mustangs.
And now we're going to see number 16 in at quarterback for the first time, Sean Hennessy.
Yeah.
Interesting name.
It is. And I'm assuming he's in because, 1, it's a blowout, and 2, I don't think Ruffin was able to come back in because it appears that as he was helped off the field with the trainers, he wasn't putting any pressure on his right foot, so he might not physically actually be able to come back into the game.
And Isaiah Henderson in at running back now, and now O.J. Flowers is going to go out to the far left.
3 receivers to his left, and looks like only 2 of them are covered.
They hand it out to Henderson, and he's only going to get about a 1-yard gain there.
I'm a little surprised there Athens didn't audible at the line of scrimmage to a pass play because I noticed down to the left there was a receiver that was uncovered. As Jalen Heron was the only defensive back down there, so he would have he can't cover both of them.
And Hennessy makes sure to get the call from his coach on the sideline. He's not going to run an ace gun set again, but to the left side. Because now he's going to hand it to Henderson again, and Henderson's only going to get about 3 yards there as he's still finding ways to get yards.
Yeah, and that's going to be another 3rd and out, free and out for Athens drive. As the clock continues to run and just under 4 minutes to go in the half. Signature Family Dentistry in Holly Springs is a comprehensive dental practice that offers a variety of services in a convenient and comfortable location. Innovative digital technology with a focus on serving your family. That's Xavier McNeil the punt, as obviously Ruffin won't be able to come back in.
He's going to have room to punt this, and that's going to be a deep punt It's going to take a bounce, and it's going to go past the 50-yard line, and it's going to be down just at around the 46-yard line.
Signature Family Dentistry. Whether you have general dentistry needs, are looking for cosmetic procedures, or perhaps you have some periodontal health concerns, we can't wait to help you. Dr. Jennifer Bell and Dr. Angelina Franklin look forward to meeting your family.
And Ely's going to come back out for a second possession. We're down to 2:48 left in the third quarter.
Yeah, I would assume Ely would probably be the quarterback the rest of the night unless he gets injured or.
They're going to get it off to Keaton again. Keaton's going to find some yardage, and he's going to break a tackle, and he's going to be down right at the 30-yard line as he has found some yardage.
Good run by Keaton, just hitting all the holes with the good blocks by his offensive line and some of the receivers too. Finding all the right holes and was able to cut back upfield for some extra yards.
Johnny Keaton looking for his first touchdown on the year. He's going to drop back this time. He's going to throw it. He's going to find Keaton in the flat, and he's going to have him downfield, and he's going to find some open field, and he's going to be down just at about the 3-yard line.
Yeah, he almost got his touchdown. He almost got his first touchdown of the year right after you said he's looking for his first touchdown.
Found him in the fight zone there.
Yeah. So it looks like Middle Creek lines up in a 2-receiver set on both sides with a running back with Keaton.
They're going to go to Keaton again. And no, Ely's going to keep it himself, and he gets the touchdown.
And so that's going to make it 50, I believe 55-0 pending the extra point.
As Andrew Ely makes the great read there with the read option, and he chose to keep it himself, and he gets in for a touchdown.
Yeah, that's just Middle Creek being Middle Creek right there.
And now Ely's going to hold for the kick.
Not after a score.
Mind your business, Weatherby.
Bobble snap. Oh, they're going to go fake here. And it's tipped and picked, and Athens Drive is going to return, and then they're going to play dead.
Yeah, I believe in high school you're not allowed to return the play. You're not allowed to return blocked extra points or 2-point conversions for a touchdown for 2 points like in the college and the NFL.
And we're going to take a quick break here as the Mustangs go up 54-0. We'll be right back with the Sports Block. Welcome back to the Sports Block as Andrew Ely just scored on the touchdown drive by running a read option and keeping it for himself.
And a lot of that was set up by a long run by Johnny Keaton, and then just a dump off pass from Ely to Keaton, who took it inside to the 10. So yeah, Johnny Keaton, Ely might have finished off that drive, but Keaton did all the work.
They're going to get Seth Burke kickoff. It's going to be a short kick. It's going to take a bounce, and it's going to roll to Brandon Gray, as Brandon Gray's going to he's going to take it for himself. He's going to go down the sidelines, and he's going to get a big hit there. He stood right up, and he was able to get more yards.
Yeah, good job of just brushing off the hit. Welcome to Moe's. Come celebrate originality at the Cary location by becoming artists who create one-of-a-kind meals you love. Enjoy fresh, handmade Southwestern food in a welcoming environment that rocks. Moe's is a proud sponsor of our Middle Creek Mustangs.
Still a few starters in tonight. I'm back in on defense. Still a few starters back in.
Yeah, I would assume that they wouldn't take everybody out at once. They just ease people in.
That's Hennessy. He's going to drop back. He's going to run a screen pass here. That's going to go to Flowers, and Flowers is going to get hit, and that looks like to be a fumble. And it looks like Middle Creek has recovered as the Mustangs get a fumble on the first play of the Athens drive.
Yeah, and that's Athens' first fumble of the night, but their third turnover, which is part of the reason why the score is so much, because Athens is not winning the turnover battle.
But that's what you want to do when you're playing against Middle Creek. You want to have to win the turnover battle.
Yeah, you definitely, and not just Middle Creek, any team. You never want to be behind in the turnover battle. You never want to lose the turnover battle. And so that's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter. End of the third quarter. The score is 54-0 Middle Creek. We'll be right back with the Sports Plot.
Back at the start of the fourth quarter. The score is 54-0 as the Mustangs hand it off to Johnny Keaton, and he's going to get his bit of yardage, and he fumbles as Athens drives, looks to have recovered it.
And Middle Creek gets the ball right back after drive fumbled, and Middle Creek recovered.
Right back to the Jaguars.
Unfortunately for the Athens drive, it's too little too late.
And Khalil Murphy is seeing his first bit of action tonight, number 82. There's a lot of people are seeing their first bit of action tonight on the defensive side of the ball.
Definitely. I think it's for Middle Creek, it's easier to ease people in. Like, they don't get much playing time on offense because they rotate so many people in. But defense, it's like a lot of the key guys play so much that they can't really just take a bunch of the people out and put guys that don't get much playing time in.
And she's going to snap it. He's going to hand it off to number 22, and there's going to be right in there. Khalil Murphy was in there on the tackle. And as he is going to get right back to the line of scrimmage, he's going to go for no gain.
Yeah, so he was on first play of the game and gets a tackle. Not bad.
As Hennessy is going to motion number 80 over to the right side. This is going to hand it off again to number 82. There's going to be a flag, and they're going to fight with the extra yards. They keep pushing the power forward as they're going to get about 6 yards here, but that might be coming back as there was a flag on the play.
Yeah, that was David McMillan on the carry for Athens Drive. Signature Family Dentistry. Whether you have general dentistry needs, are looking for cosmetics, or perhaps looking for some periodontal health concerns, you can't wait to help. We can't wait to help you. Dr. Jennifer Bell and Dr. Angelina Franklin look forward to meeting your family. So quarterback in the backfield with Heasley. There's running back David McMillan, and then number 34, Stan Katz, is also kind of behind the line of scrimmage a little bit. Looked like maybe the lead blocker on the play, like a fullback-ish. And out wide, there's
So they're going to move Athens Drive back 5 yards.
Out wide, there's Josh Cooper and number 84.
The referee's trying to get the spot correctly.
Signature Family Dentistry in Holly Springs is a comprehensive dental practice that offers a variety of services in a convenient and comfortable location. Innovative digital technology with a focus on serving your family.
And she's going to look to drop back here, and he's going to hand it off to McMillan again, and McMillan's going to get about a 1 yard gain there.
Yeah, not much of a gain, which is kind of what's kind of plagued Athens all night. They wanted to run the ball, but they couldn't be consistent with it.
They motion Cooper out, and he's going to play the slot. It's going to be 3rd and 14. And she's going to hand it off to McMillan again as the run is just stuffed right behind the line. And Athens Drive is going to come right back out to punt once again.
Yeah, that's been the story of them tonight. Our pony sponsor, Christian Brothers Automotive, offers great customer service, honest and genuine auto repair service. You'll see that Christian Brothers stands behind every service, every time. It's these nice differences that bring our customers back time and time again. Thank you, Christian Brothers, for supporting our Middle Creek Mustangs.
As McNeil, he's going to punt it, and it's going to be a line drive. It's going to take a nice bounce past the 30-yard line. It's going to stop at the 27.
Even though Athens is down a lot on the scoreboard, their punts tonight have been pretty good. They've had a lot of bounces go their way. For all of your lacrosse needs, go visit Lacrosse Unlimited across from Crossroad Mall. Thank you Lacrosse Unlimited for supporting our Middle Creek Mustangs.
As Ely is back out on the field once again.
Yeah, I think we're going to see him the rest of the night, barring an injury or Athens somehow, some crazy way, gets back in this game.
Cavion Moore is making his first appearance, and he just dusts right through the Athens Drive defense, and he's going to go, and he's going to be stopped just before he can get past to the 5-yard line.
That's a good way for your first carry of the night to go.
Cavion Moore looked to make his first appearance, and he's already putting on a show.
Yeah. And we're going to take a quick injury timeout as an Athens Drive player is injured on the far side of the field. Welcome back to the Sports Block, where the score is 54-0. Middle Creek, just under 6 minutes to go in the game.
And scoring position again is Cavion Moore. He sheds a block, and he's still able to get 2 yards on that play.
Yeah.
It's going to be 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line now.
And we got another injured Athens Drive player, so we're taking another injury timeout.
back, but we're still sitting here with an injury delay. It looks like one of the Athens Drive players is still shaking up a little bit, and whenever we get this together, we'll be right back. And we're back from our injury delay as the person that was injured for Athens was able to get up under his own power. They had to be helped off the field a little bit. And Ely's going to hand it off to Kevion Moore again. He's going to break some tackles, and there is a flag thrown on the play once again tonight.
Yeah. If it's, let's see, I think it's going to be holding on the Mustangs.
And another holding penalty.
Middle Creek has done a good job in the second half of limiting the penalties, but that was kind of a problem for them in the first half.
It seems some of these calls have to be a little bit questionable.
They have to be, but I mean, there's always going to be a couple calls that are questionable because, I mean, the refs can't see everything.
Now that backs them up to the 15-yard line. 2nd and 16 now. Ely motions Moore. Athens making some adjustments on the defense. They hand it off to Kevion Moore once again. He cuts back upfield, and he's going to get back to where they just were as he gains that 10 yards back and more.
Yep. Good job by Kevion Moore gaining those yards back.
And it seems like we have another injury delay with the Athens Drive Jaguars. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the sports block as we had another injury delay, and there's another flag thrown by the refs. As we have another first appearance tonight, Joshua Bonilla at wide receiver, number 17.
And good for him getting into the game. Well, good for any player that doesn't get in much that gets into the game.
It's not good. Middle Creek's going to make some adjustments. Split back set. Going to send him in motion as the snap was bobbled, as the play was botched, and Andrew Ely is going to take a hit. Going to be tackled for a loss.
Yeah. Welcome to Moe's. Come celebrate originality at the Cary location by becoming artists who create one-of-a-kind meals you love. Enjoy fresh, homemade Southwestern food in a welcoming environment that rocks. Moe's is a proud sponsor of the Middle Creek Mustangs.
Now it's 3rd and 30, a long way from the end zone right now.
Yeah, I assume Middle Creek's just going to try to waste as much clock as they can.
As now they got the play together. They're going to drop back this time, and they're going to hand it off to – and that's a big run there by Johnny Keaton, as he's getting himself into the game, and he's already got piled up enough yards so far tonight.
Yeah, definitely.
It's going to be 4th down, and they're getting back close to where they were to start out before all the penalties that pushed them as far back as they did.
Yeah.
And now they're inside their own 10-yard line at the 7.
Yeah, and it looks like Middle Creek's going to go for it.
And Middle Creek is going to try to put some points on the board.
They're going to attempt to try to make it 60-0.
So they're going to go into a kneel formation. As the Mustangs seem to have been confused. And the clock is going to start once again.
It feels like there was an issue with the play clock. So Middle Creek, looks like they're going. Well, yeah, looks like they're gonna go to the victory formation.
They're just gonna run the clock down. And they're gonna take the delay of game penalty here.
We're just going to let the clock run out. So, thoughts on this win for Middle Creek?
It was a great win. In the first half, they really looked good when DeAndre Jones was really putting on the show in the first half. And Dominique, he had a well of a half himself with 3 total touchdowns.
Yeah, that's definitely stuff to look forward to. Middle Creek going forward needs to fix like some of those penalties they had in the first half that were just really shot themselves in the foot. Even though they still put up 54 points, it was just some penalties that were unnecessary that they could have avoided and could have, which they will need to fix going forward, especially towards the playoffs. But that's still a long ways away.
Now they're going to kneel it out, and the defense will come on for one more play.
And Middle Creek is going to, with this win, Middle Creek's going to improve to 5-0, and Athens Drive is going to drop to
1-5.
1-5.
Athens Drive, they've had a struggle this season. The game's not over just yet, as Athens Drive will try to come out for one more play, but they're not going to have enough time. We've got 8 seconds left. Middle Creek wins it 54-0. They put on a show tonight on the offensive end.
Definitely. The defense held its bargain, didn't allow Athens to score after they put up close to 50 last night against a decent Fuquay team.
We got a homecoming. It was homecoming night. Great win for the Mustangs.
Yeah.
Hats go up to Athens Drive for the fight they tried to put up.
Yeah, definitely.
But it wasn't enough to stop the Mustangs tonight.
No, not this time.
And coming to you 2 weeks from now, as we will be going on the road against Cary next week.
Yes.
And we'll be back home for one of our rivalry games against Holly Springs.
Yes, that should be a very good game.
I think that one want to go for us.
Yeah. It should. Yeah, it should.
And by the time we come back to you, we will be 6-0. Hopefully coming back to you when we play Holly Springs. And coming up in the next coming 2 weeks, we will have some team interviews coming to you, and that will be played on Sports Block. So tune in 2 weeks from now. And this has been a great broadcast.
Definitely
Did a good job tonight, Adam.
Yep, pleasure as always.
Thank you for watching. Enjoy.